Hello everyone, this is Malti Ankodia. Students, today we are going to see all the figure of speech used in Where the Mind is Without Fear, written by Rabindranath Tagore. Here, you must have read this poem. Let me read for you once. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary deserts and of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by the into ever widening thought and action into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Now, when you go through this poem, you listen the sound every now and then, the word where. Yes, the sound where. Repeatedly he has used the word where. So this is called anaphora. ANPHORA. It's a literary device where the repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of successive clauses. So here, this is the first figure of speech used by Tagore. Next is alliteration. Alliteration. If you have seen my previous videos, I gave an example of alliteration. You guys speak in Hindi. Chandu ke chacha se chandni chowk mein chandi ki chammach se chutney chatai. So that this is the repetition sound of cha is called an alliteration. I can give you another example also. It's like Bitty bought a butter, but butter was a bitter. So Bitty bought another butter to make bitter butter batter. So here, this is the repeated sound of BT, यानी कि consonants. The sound of consonants has been repeated here. That this is called an alliteration. So here, the sound of H, letter H sounds H. It has been used here thrice. Head is held high. So this is the first example of an alliteration. See the next line. Been broken. The sound b is repeated. And then here dreary desert. The repeated sound of d is another example of an alliteration. Yes? See the next one. Next figure of speech used by Tagore. This is called an assonance. Assonance means, assonance is the repetition of vowel rhyme. Yes, the vowel sound will be repeated here. There is difference between assonance and alliteration. Don't get confused, guys. So we can see here the tire, the sound of I is repeated here. In the next line you can see the clear stream reason. The sound of A has been repeated. Here we have got two examples of assonance. See the next one, metaphor. What is metaphor? Metaphor, here see the example where the world has not been broken up into fragment by narrow domestic walls. The big world is compared to many small rooms separated by narrow domestic walls. Yes? And the next is the big world is compared with a room. Okay? And it is broken or it is separated by the walls. So many walls are there. Tagore has imagined like room is divided by the walls See the next example, where words come out from the depth of truth. The next example in this line means words coming out from the depth of truth gives us impression of fountain. Yes, so this is another example of metaphor. See the next one, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way. So the clear stream of reason is a comparison between reason and a flowing stream. And here once again the dead habits that chokes the clarity of reason is compared to the dreary desert. In the last line you can see heaven of freedom. Freedom is regarded as heaven. So these are the examples of metaphor. Let me write for you metaphor. Yes guys? See the next example. That is personification. Personification means when things are imagined as a person, that is called personification. Here Rabindranath Tagore has personified in this line, when tireless striving stretches its arm. Tireless striving, the poet is imagining that as if it is a person and it is stretching its arms. So here it has been personified. In the last line you can see country awake, my country awake. Country also personified here to be awake. See the next figure of a speech in this poem is, that is apostrophe. Apostrophe means, let me light. Apostrophe. Apostrophe addresses an imaginary character, abstract, inanimate object in this speech. Like my father, my country awake. He addresses his countryman. So this is called an apostrophe. Next, Tagore has used imagery. Imagery he has used. Here Tagore draws a picture of free India. Yes, and he is dreaming of his country, Bharat, with no boundaries. And he prays his Almighty for the welfare of our Bharat. So here we have done the figure of speech. I hope you guys understand. Thank you and good luck.